framework guiding development within the African continent. And the lessons we learned when the MDGs ended in 2015 was that many African countries, including Ghana, could not measure, could not achieve the goal on environmental sustainability, partly not because there were no programs implemented towards that, but because we did not have access or the capacities around using some frameworks or some resources to measure. And so going into the Sustainable Development Goals and our own African Union Agenda 2063, which is Christine, the Africa we want, there was the need to ensure that the national statistical systems within the continent, who are now going to be saddled with an unprecedented responsibility to provide data for monitoring these agendas, have the kind of distinct approach that is needed to provide quality data for monitoring. And obviously, this responsibility requires effective coordination and leveraging non-traditional data, especially Earth observation. Ghana, as in many countries, the access and capacities to use Earth observation is limited. And this is where the Digital Earth Africa platform is seen as bridging the digital divide for the continent of Africa. And this is particularly so because the vision of Digital Earth Africa for providing routine, reliable, and operational data for the continent is something that sits well with the vision of the continent as captured in the African Union Agenda 2063. Particularly the areas of coverage through which Digital Earth Africa provide resources as land degradation, coastal erosion, urbanization, water resources and flood risk, agriculture and food security, and deforestation. And these are important areas that are required to ensure sustainable development within the continent of Africa. And also the principle around inclusiveness and diversity within the continent, where the resource is provided to the entire continent, is very important to achieve the goal of bridging the digital divide. So to ensure this diversity, Digital Earth Africa is working with already existing institutions within the continent, across the entire continent. And we are happy that the South African Space Agency is hosting the Program Management Office of Digital Earth Africa. And these are some of the continent-wide institutions that Digital Earth Africa is working with. Now, permit me to provide you some use cases of this platform. And the bias is that once I'm in Ghana, the preference is to use cases from Ghana. But then these use cases are relevant to other African countries have been produced for those countries. The first is deforestation in a particular forest reserve within Ghana, where illegal gold mining is happening. And you can see that in the year 2020 alone, we lost 10% of the forest reserve. And this is instructive because we could not have been able to quantify how much of the forest reserve has been lost if not for this resource provided by Digital Earth Africa. Secondly, this is the resource is used to compute the natural capital accounting for a local government area, or otherwise called a constituency, being represented in parliament by one member of parliament. So the resource has been used to do this and for one local area, and it is instructive to know that within this month, the traditional leadership of that particular traditional area, knowing that 10% of the natural environment is being lost through charcoal burning and other things, have instituted measures to ban charcoal burning and tree logging within that area. And this could not have been possible without this resource. Now, we have also used the resource to look at the availability of water in the Volta Lake in Ghana from 1985 to 2020. And this provided an important information to the institutions with the mandate around this. We have also traditionally been using population and censuses to understand urbanization in Ghana. And through the Digital Earth Africa platform, we are now able to use this to determine urbanization of the entire country and any local area within the country. And this has also been very informative. So what we have done through this resource is recently organizing a data fair for members of parliament of Ghana. And in this picture, why it is important for us is having the Speaker of Ghana's parliament and the leader of the House being introduced to this platform and how it can help support the development agenda of the country. And some members of parliament making themselves available to be trained or introduced onto how this resource could be useful for the people they represent. And this for us has been very important. In summary, the Digital Earth Africa platform is a program that provides us an opportunity for the realization of the dream we have on the continent, Christian, the African we want. And it also provides us analysis ready, free, open, and accessible data for the entire continent through different products that have been developed. The services are also important for us because they touch on areas of importance, agriculture, water, forestry for us, and it helps us to measure our progress in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and the African Union Agenda 2063. To ensure that the entire continent leverages this, there are resources available for free and self-paced learning. And every Wednesday, there's live sessions that everybody within the continent who wishes to learn how to use this resource is provided. And these are the partners who have supported to put Digital Earth Africa together, and we are grateful to them all. Thank you very much. Over to you, Alina.
Thank you very much, Omar, for your presentation and for sharing your practice. So